Opening on the shadows of the Empire, the film opens on a smuggler's outpost at the edge of the Outer Rim, where whispers of rebellion stir among traitors, ex-Imperials, and fugitives. The Empire has fallen, but the New Republic struggles to maintain control across countless systems. On Chester 4, scarred by war, citizens feel abandoned by both sides. Local gangs enforce order in place of government troops. Into this fractured landscape, a small group of dissidents plot against rising corruption. Among them is Kale Draven, a former stormtrooper deserter turned reluctant leader. A spark in the dust, Kale secretly rallies the desperate gathering smugglers, ex-soldiers, and disillusioned citizens. They call themselves the Dissidents, a name whispered in cantinas and alleys. Their fight isn't against the Republic, but against corruption within it. They've seen governors exploit the vacuum left after Palpatine's fall. A message from the distant Mid-Rim reveals plans for a Republic mining deal that will enslave entire populations. The Dissidents see this as their moment to strike. The arrival of Vera Kane, a mysterious contact, joins their circle. Vera Kane, an ex-Imperial intelligence officer. Her cold demeanor unsettles the others, but her intel is too valuable to ignore. She reveals that certain Republic senators are secretly aligning with corporate cartels. Kale doubts her loyalties, but her knowledge of supply routes and codes proves invaluable. Aura insists she wants to redeem herself by dismantling the same corruption she once served. Tension brews between her and the group's idealists. A dangerous heist, the Dissidents launch their first strike, hijacking a Republic arms shipment. Using Vera's intel, they ambush the convoy on the desert plains of Kestra. Blaster fire echoes as Kale leads the charge, outmaneuvering Republic security forces. They secure crates of blasters and explosives, a victory that spreads hope among the oppressed. But Kale spares a captured Republic officer, sowing division within the group. Freeing the group. Some demand executions. Kale argues mercy separates them from tyranny. Whispers reach Coruscant news of the Dissidents' actions reaches the Republic Senate on Coruscant. Senator Leora Venn, a reformist, warns colleagues that neglecting frontier worlds will breed insurgencies. But conservative senators dismiss the issue, calling the Dissidents a criminal agitators. Behind closed doors, cartel-linked senators pressure the Chancellor to authorize a crackdown. An elite task force is formed, led by Republic Commander Tavin Dross, ruthless and ambitious. Dross vows to crush the Dissidents before their influence spreads. Seeds of distrust among the Dissidents. Doubts about Kale's leadership grow. Some view his stormtrooper past as a stain that cannot be erased. And Vera stokes dissent, warning that Kale's mercy will doom them. Kale insists their fight is for justice, not revenge, but internal arguments threaten to splinter the fragile alliance. Meanwhile, Kale begins having visions of battles he never fought, haunting dreams of the Force. The mysterious prisoner, the Republic officer Kale spared Lieutenant Saris, refuses to betray his oath. But during captivity, he begins questioning his orders after witnessing Republic corruption firsthand. Saris confronts Kale, demanding to know why a deserter would fight the Republic. Kale reveals he deserted after refusing to fire on unarmed civilians during the Empire's fall. Saris begins to doubt the purity of the Republic cause. Vera, however, pushes to execute him before he compromises their secrecy. An uneasy alliance, Kale strikes a bargain with Saris, help the Dissidents expose corruption, and he will be freed. Saris reluctantly agrees, providing military insight into Republic patrol strategies. With his help, the Dissidents ambush a cartel shipment disguised as Republic aid. They uncovered documents linking senators to illegal weapons trafficking. The discovery galvanizes their cause, proving they aren't fighting shadows, but it also paints a target on their backs. Inter-Commander Dross Commander Tavin Dross arrives on Kestra with elite Republic commandos. He paints the Dissidents as terrorists in public broadcasts, spreading fear. Dross orders mass arrests of civilians suspected of aiding them. Kale and his allies strike back, sabotaging Republic garrisons, but every attack tightens Dross' grip on the system. Vera warns that Dross' tactics mirror those of the late Empire. The fall of Sanctuary, the Dissidents' safe house in the mountains, is betrayed by a mole. Republic forces storm the hideout, killing several of Kale's closest allies. Kale barely escapes with Vera and Saris, guilt weighing heavily on him. The betrayal shakes the group's trust, suspicions turn inward. Vera insists the traitor is still among them, fueling paranoia. Kale struggles to hold the survivors together. The hidden temple fleeing through ancient ruins, Kale discovers remnants of a forgotten Jedi outpost. Holocrons and murals depict battles against corruption from centuries past. Kale experiences a Force vision, seeing himself as both soldier and rebel. He rejects the idea of becoming a Jedi but embraces the belief that the Force chose him. Vera dismisses it as delusion, while Saris is shaken by Kale's conviction. The Dissidents rally around this newfound purpose. Strike at the cartel. Armed with cartel documents, the Dissidents infiltrate a corporate stronghold. Explosives rip through supply depots, crippling cartel operations. Kale confronts cartel boss Zorath, then brother to Senator Leora. Zorath reveals that senators and cartels plan to create a new shadow empire. The Dissidents broadcast proof of corruption across the Outer Rim, but in doing so, they alert Dross to their exact location. Dross trap Republic commandos descend on the Dissidents' hideout with overwhelming firepower. Kale leads a desperate defense, holding the line long enough for civilians to escape. Saris is captured, vowing not to betray Kale. Dross executes him publicly, declaring the Dissidents finished. Kale watches helplessly, fury boiling inside him. Vira whispers that his mercy killed Saris. Shadows of betrayal evidence emerges that Vera herself was the mole who exposed their sanctuary. Kale confronts her, demanding the truth. Vera admits she leaked locations but claims it was to manipulate the Republic into revealing their cartel ties. Her logic twists the group's mission, making her both traitor and asset. Kale nearly executes her but cannot bring himself to. Instead, he exiles her, though her words linger. Senator Leora's choice on Coruscant. Senator Leora then receives the Dissidents' proof of corruption. She exposes the cartel ties in open Senate session, sparking outrage, but corrupt senators vote to cover it up, branding the evidence as propaganda. Leora secretly sends a message to Kale, offering covert support. She urges him not to give up the fight. The Republic itself is too compromised to act. A symbol rises. Kale rallies the Dissidents with renewed purpose. He tells them they cannot fight only for themselves, they must become a symbol. Citizens across the Outer Rim begin rising up, inspired by their defiance. Graffiti of the Dissident sigil spreads across occupied cities. Even Republic soldiers quietly begin to question their orders. Dross senses rebellion spreading beyond his control. Clash on Kestro. Dross deploys every available force to crush the Dissidents in one decisive battle. The plains of Kestro become a battlefield of blaster fire and explosions. Kale leads guerrilla strikes, outmaneuvering superior forces with local support. Vira returns uninvited, bringing intel on Dross' weak points. Though mistrusted, she proves vital in the battle. Kale faces Dross in a brutal duel amid burning wreckage. The death of Dross. Kale defeats Dross after a grueling fight, refusing to execute him. But Vera shoots Dross in the back, ending his life without hesitation. She claims mercy has no place in war. Kale condemns her methods, but others silently agree with her. The victory frees Kestro but leaves the Dissidents divided. The galaxy watches as their legend grows. A galaxy ignited across the Outer Rim, uprisings erupt against corrupt governors and cartels. The Republic Senate fractures, unable to contain both truth and rebellion. Some call the Dissidents saviors, others brand them anarchists. Kale refuses to seize power, insisting they fight for freedom, not rule. Yet he fears the Dissidents may become what they swore to destroy. The war for the Republic's soul has only begun. Epilogue: The Shadow War. Kale stands in the ruins of the Jedi outpost, reflecting on his visions. He senses the Force guiding him, though he resists the path of the Jedi. Vera disappears into the stars, her loyalties forever uncertain. Senator Leora secretly funds the Dissidents, ensuring their fight continues. The final shot shows their sigil painted across a starship hull, glowing under twin suns. The galaxy braces for a new war, not of empires, but of ideals.